Thank you for joining Wars of the Rosies. And this is Baldwyn Encampment from the Encyclopedia of Freemasonry by Albert G. Mackey. Baldwyn Encampment. There is at Bristol in England a famous Preceptory of Knights Templar called the Baldwyn, which claim to have existed from time immemorial, and of which no one has yet been able to discover the origin. This, together with the chapter of Knights Rose Crucis, is the continuation of the old Baldwyn Encampment, the name being derived from the Crusader King of Jerusalem. The earliest record preserved by this preceptory is an authentic and important document dated December 20th, 1780, and headed, "In the name of the Grand Architect of the Universe, the Supreme Grand and Royal Encampment of the Order of Knights Templars of St. John of Jerusalem, Knights Hospitallers, and Knights of Malta, etc., etc., and commencing. Whereas, by charter of compact, our encampment is constituted the supreme grand and royal encampment of this noble order, with full power when assembled to issue, publish, and make known to all our loving knights companions whatever may contribute to their knowledge, not inconsistent with its general laws. Also to constitute and appoint any officer or officers to make and ordain such laws as from time to time may appear necessary to promote the honor of our noble order in general and the more perfect government of our supreme degree in particular. We therefore, the most eminent Grand Master of the Grand Master of the Order, the Grand Master Assistant General, and the two Grand Standard Bearers, and the Knights Companions, for the purpose in full encampment assembled, do make known. Then follow 20 statutes or regulations for the government of the Order, and the document ends with, "Done at our castle in Bristol, 20th day of December 1780. It is not clear who were the parties to this compact, but it is thought probable that it was the result of an agreement between the Bristol encampment and another ancient body at Bath, the Encampment of Antiquity, to establish a supreme direction of the order. However that may be, it is clear that the Bristol encampment was erected into a supreme grand encampment in 1780. The earliest reference to the Knights Templars as yet discovered occurs in a Bristol newspaper of January 25, 1772, so it may be fairly assumed that the Baldwyn Preceptory has been in existence before the date of the Charter of Compact. In 1791, the well-known brother Thomas Dunkerley, who was Provincial Grand Master and Grand Supreme Intendant of the Royal Archmasons at Bristol, was requested by the Knights Templar of that city to be their Grand Master. He at once introduced great activity into the order throughout England and established the Grand Conclave in London, the forerunner of the Great Priory. The 7 degrees of the Camp of Baldwyn at that time probably consisted of the 3 of the Craft and that of the Royal Arch, which were necessary qualifications of all candidates, as set forth in the chapter of Compact. 5. Knights Templar of St. John of Jerusalem, Palestine, Rhodes, and Malta. 6. Knights Rose Crux of Herdom. 7. Grand Elect Knights Kadash. About the year 1813, the 3 degrees of 9 Elect, Kilwinning, and East Sword and Eagle were adopted by the encampment, the Kadash having afterward discontinued the 5 royal orders of Masonic knighthood, of which the encampment consisted, were 1. 9 Elect, 2. Kilwinning, 3. East, Sword, and Eagle, 4. Knight Templar, 5. Rose Crux. For many years, the Grand Conclave in London was in abeyance, but when H.R.H., the Duke of Sussex, who had been Grand Master since 1813, died in 1843, it was revived, and attempts were made to induce the Camp of Baldwyn to submit to its authority, but without avail. And in 1857, Baldwyn reasserted its position as a supreme grand and royal encampment, and shortly afterward issued charters to 6 subordinate encampments, The chief cause of difference with the London Grand Conclave was the question of giving up the old custom of working the Rose Crux degree within the camp. At last, in 1862, the Baldwin was enrolled by virtue of the Charter of Compact, under the banner of the Grand Conclave of Masonic Knights Templar of England and Wales. It was arranged that the Baldwin Preceptory, as it was then called, should take precedence, with 5 others, of time immemorial, of the other preceptories, that it should be constituted a provincial grand commandery or priory of itself, and should be entitled to confer the degree of Knights of Malta. In 1881, a Treaty of Union was made with the Supreme Council of the 33rd, whereby the Baldwin Rose Crux chapter retained its time immemorial position and was placed at the head of the list of chapters. It also became a district under the Supreme Council of the 33rd, and is therefore placed under an Inspector General of its own. The preceding article is contributed by Brother Cecil Powell, joint author of Freemasonry in Bristol, published in 1910. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and comment. And if you can, please consider donating towards the Rosies. Links to PayPal and Patreon are in the description. Thank you so very much.